Welcome to Friday Value Video. This week, I would like to talk about toxic thoughts. I've been working with people in a patient population for over 30 years now, and I have seen how not being careful about what we think or being aware that our thoughts can run our life can impact our life. I think it was about, 6 years ago that when I wrote my newsletter, I included a tip on focus. Did you know that research shows what you focus on can become your current circumstance? Yes, it can actually become your circumstance, what you focus on. So this means our thoughts have power. So this week, we're going to look at how your thoughts affect your life, your relationships, your success, your health, even your self-worth, and as always, what you can do about it. I'd like to introduce to you my favorite Beyond Brilliant expert on this topic, Dr. Caroline Leaf. She is a communication pathologist, an audiologist, a clinical and research neuroscientist, and she has studied neuroscience so extensively for so many years, she's literally earned the nickname the brain. And here is just a sample of what she teaches about toxic thoughts. This is her writing, and I really want to share it with you. Just 3 slides. 75 to 95% of the illnesses that plague us today are a direct result of our thought life. What we think about affects us physically and emotionally. It's an epidemic of toxic emotions. The average person has over 30,000 thoughts a day. Through an uncontrolled thought life, we can create the conditions for illness, making ourselves sick. Research shows that fear, all on its own, triggers more than 1,400 known physical and chemical responses and activates more than 30 different hormones. There are intellectual and medical reasons to forgive. Toxic waste generated by toxic thoughts causes the following illnesses: diabetes, cancer, asthma, skin problems, and allergies, to name just a few. Consciously control your thought life and start to detox your brain. Medical research increasingly points to the fact that thinking and consciously controlling your thought life is one of the best ways, if not the best way, of detoxing your brain. It allows you to get rid of those toxic thoughts and emotions that can consume and control your mind. Change in your thinking is essential to detox the brain. Consciously controlling your thought life means not letting thoughts rampage through your mind. It means learning to engage interactively with every single thought that you have and to analyze it before you decide either to accept or reject it. How do you go about doing that? By looking at your mental processes. This may sound like a strange, if not impossible, thing to do. After all, it's not as if you can just crack open your skull like an egg and have a look at what's going on inside your brain. It is possible, however, to look at your mental processes. In fact, it is not just possible, it is essential. I've read many of Dr. Leaf's books. This information may just save your life. Dr. Caroline Leaf's mission is to make mental health care, knowledge about the power of our minds, and tools to improve learning and memory more easily affordable, accessible, and applicable to everyone around the world. She is so successful at what she does. She was in South Africa. That's where she was born. That's where she grew up. That's where she worked. She's now in Texas, I believe, in our country. But when she was in South Africa, she was so successful at helping people who struggled through mental challenges. She would go to areas that were very unsafe, and she was literally protected by the very people that made the areas unsafe because she helped them to learn better also. She's amazing. Highly recommend her books. And you definitely want to detox your brain to have lifelong well-being. I will see you next week.